How's it going, guys? Welcome back, it's Keith for a quick update on the body build, and I'll do a video also on the update of the big rig, on how things have been going and where I am and the amount of pieces and parts I have left. I think they gave me enough parts to build two full trucks, only one cab. Anyway, there's that many parts you'll see when I show you. But first of all, I just want to show you where I am with the body build with Mike, which is going a lot better than the first body build we ever did. So you can see that I'm down the Fairlady Z in the background. Now, my kit is the same as Mike's kit. Only difference is Mike got extra bigger fender flares like me other kit has, my other 240Z, but they're moulded onto the other 240. So yeah, I was gonna change out the body onto this chassis. Only this body off this kit would not go onto the chassis of the other one, the way the chassis was made for that one, because it used to be an RC type deal car. But anyway, getting off the point, I'm building this one. As you can see, Mike is building the same one. He said if he could do it again, Mike said himself, he would have went with just the stock fender flares what I got in my kit, where I'd have likened to get the bigger ones like that Mike got me, like the same as Mike's. But all kits get different extra parts, even when they're the same kit, just different pieces. Whereas I got an extra engine. I got the Sports Nissan 2000 GT-R engine, the GT-R 2000 Hakusa Skyline engine, which is called the S30, I think. Now, I'm sure that's S20. That's what it is. But anyway, that's the engine I went with, but I didn't build the one that came with the kit. Me and Sean from the Model Scale Car Guy channel done a body build there last year on the Escort Cosworths, the rally cars. And as you know, he sent me two Cosworth engines and he sent me two S20 engines. So they just needed to be cleaned up and few parts here and there on the old Nissan. I'd say they were old moulds of his Nissan engines, because a few of them they weren't as good as the Cosworths, basically, because he was after getting better basically at casting. And anyway, getting off the point again, this is where I am, and I used one of Sean's resin engines that he sent me instead of my own engine that came with the kit, because I'm going to cast a few of them, and obviously a few of you guys will obviously want some in the future, and I will. I'm just waiting to get mould, and I'll cast a few and send them out to you. Whoever wants them, when I start casting them, I'll let you know when I have them there, so you can put them in all the Nissan cars. You can also put them in whatever car that doesn't come with an engine once you can get it into the bay. I'm planning on putting one in the Mini, the RWB Mini. I haven't done that else in the Mini. But anyway, first of all, here's the body of the Fairlady. I went with sunflower yellow, or buttercup yellow. It was between that and sunflower yellow, so I went with buttercup yellow. You can see I've done the door trim, window trim, black with permanent marker only. Now, the front bumper comes with it integrated. Now this is the extra bumper that comes. It goes over the bumper that was on the body to give it it's called the Devil Z body kit that's on this one. But the intercooler that you see on this now in front of you didn't come with this kit. This came with a Nissan Silvia S15 kit that I built a while back. But because I'm custom building the whole turbo section in this car, I put a intercooler, that's a bit of it, silver paint off the intercooler after getting onto the yellow. I'll have to touch that up. But anyway, yeah, I'll sand that gently off. That's why I have the intercooler mounted as you'd see on a JDM turbo car. The bright light might be making it a bit harder for you to see, but that's the front mount intercooler that didn't come with the kit. But there was a small little one that was that was moulded onto the bumper. So what I done was I moulded this over it. Not moulded it, cemented it over it. But I also drilled 2 holes for the piping, the wires to go through the bumpers. So I have to make intake piping to get to the turbos. So that's what will be next anyway. But that's the body so far on the 240Z. Don't forget, it still has to be dressed up with all its chrome Z badges on the 2 sides and all, and then the mirrors have to go on. So there's a lot more detail to go into the car, onto the body itself. Before I done it, I engraved the doors out deep in the body lines. Again, you might not be able to see it because of the bright light, but I wanted to make sure you could see the car, like, you know. But when I was cutting out the hood, I actually think that was actually a good job down that hood. I got the hood out perfect, because I got even along the front of the grill here. Everything is in shape. Like I was luckily it turned out as good as it did, cutting it out myself with me Revell engraver. It's a very good engraver. I think Gary from Transition Modeler used the same engraver as me. So yeah, that's the body of the car. There's the hood. I was gonna carbon wrap the hood, but then the paint is so good I decided no, I believe the paint is so good. I don't know what you guys will think. I hope you like it. As you can see, the little lump and all that comes on the bonnet, the hood. In other countries we call it the bonnet over here in Ireland, and in the UK obviously, but the hood anyway, aka the bonnet. So that's that. There's the chassis. Yeah, going on the white Watanabe welts, blue suspension. As you can see, all I done was detail the back rear subframe, the fuel tank tyres that's higher up, and yeah, the rest still has to go in. You can see the blue calipers with the blue suspension. White wheels, didn't paint them at all, came like that, just chromed, just silver the lip on each wheel. Inside the interior, I just done a light silver chrome trim around everything. The steering wheel, the armrest type thing. I put in 2 different Recaro seats that came from another kit. As I'm custom building this kit, like basically they came with 2 nice sets of seats, but I put 2 different seats in it anyway. I put photo etch seat belts in it, but I didn't use the photo etch parts. What I done was I just the paint marker, I drew the silver on to make it look like the buckle. So, you know, I know it wasn't very good of a job, but it makes it look that much better just having them there, you know. I know they're supposed to attach to it a strut bar or a cage, but like it's a model, you're not going to see any of that, you know, when it's all closed up. So I was thinking of flocking the back boot there, the back parcel shelf thing here, but it's nice and flat. You can't see the injector pin marks. I don't know why they don't put them on the underneath, but again, not very noticeable. It's going to be silver and it's going to be through a nice thick glass. So that's the interior. So what I'm putting on it for an exhaust is this custom exhaust off a veiled side R32 GTR Skyline. Big muffler tip on it. I hope you can see that right. So yeah, that's custom exhaust pipe. A friend I've met on YouTube creates his own turbos, and I was in the market for a couple. I asked how much it cost to get a couple of them or where he got them. Now, I'm not going to name the person because I don't want, unless he tells me it's okay to name him, to thank him, but he knows how much he doesn't want that for it, but I already got him a kit. Because I got another friend, his promised kit as well. So I ordered this guy in a kit for sending me over so much. He sent me over a few of these turbos. About 8 of them. 6 to 8 of them. 2 mini Cosworth engines. Fans for intercoolers and radiators. He sent me over a lot of awesome cool stuff. So this is the turbo I'm going to be putting on one of these turbos. This is not exactly this, I was showing you the way it came. Perfect looking real turbo. Looks so real. With the hot part of the flange and all there for the turbo. It even has the 4 pins where the bolts just go through. Very well made. I have it mounted onto the headers here, which is going on to the engine today. Painted chrome. Now I will put the little blue tint on them, on the headers and that. So that'll be going on the engine. I don't know whether to hold this, but I think to use the intake, the ITBs or what are the ATB, that there anyway, to use them, I'm pretty sure you have to use this drive-by, what's this, drive-by cable thing? I don't know, I don't get this part again. I know it's for driving the car. I know it's for the engine. Goes up near the headers and that, and attaches throttle body. So yeah, I don't know if I necessarily need to use that just to put this on. This is the intake, which makes room in the engine bay. I had other intakes. I had like these type of intakes that were moulded in clear. Last year I moulded these in clear cone head. I have the proper one there. I hadn't got the right resin at the time. I only had this clear cheap stuff off that site. I'll actually show you a bottle of it now. It's UV resin. It's called, it was €1 a bottle for that clear resin. And it goes hard in the daytime. It's already, you just pour it out and into whatever you want it to cast, and it dries out itself after a day or so, and whatever way it turns out. But that's that. I had a couple of them moulded, and then I have the proper resin for it to make them now, to make proper ones. But I have all other radiators and fans that I'm going to use on the 240Z instead of the one that came with it. But in saying that, I already mounted the fan that goes on the front of the engine. Here's the engine. This is the resin casted engine Sean casted me. So I just cleaned it all up and added all the parts and sanded parts and put some milli putty in some parts that needed it. But other than that, these engines are great. Well done, well made. I think his Cosworth engines turned out a whole lot better. I think these were old moulds of his. But as you can see, these weren't fully casted on each side. And when I drilled out this side, it worked fine. When I drilled out this side, it snapped. So yeah, I'll have to add on another piece of milli putty and drill it out before I put it in. That's how it fits in the engine bay compartment. But that's where I'm at the moment with the 240Z, lads. I know I haven't been posting updates. It's on the other side. So the intercooler is going to be coming off that. Do you know what I mean? It's going to look something like in the engine bay, because it's going to have the space. Or I could mount it sideways like that, upside down. But that the back of it, I'd have to mount it that way if I wanted the turbo to face. Just see what I mean? Whoa, fell off. But anyway, you get the idea. These are engines that Sean, I said, mounted. Shout out to you, Sean. Thanks very much for his as well, because he just threw these in because he knew I built so many of them old Skylines. Now I had got this kit in my stash at the time, and I had got the engine, but I hadn't got resin to make so many engines. You know what I mean? But now I have resin, and now I'm now a mold. Because when I bought the mold, that's all I bought, was that size tub of rubber mold. I was learning and I was making a mess of things. So now that I know how to make the right molds, I have to order in the right resin. So I know I've been doing nothing but rambling on in this video, I'm sorry. There's the valve cover off the other engine, the stock engine that comes in the kit. The rear back lights, spotlights, front headlights. There's the 3Z's emblems. And the single exhaust tip, which is getting changed out for that big boy. So yeah, that's where I am on the Z build. I was gonna add a set of side skirts because they didn't come with any. I was gonna add some, but I didn't want to go too overboard with it, you know. But yeah, I have pipe in here from other engines from the old Cressida that I built, and I didn't put the engine in it. I took the two Toyota engines and just put one on a stand and put the other one, just left the other one for parts and pieces. But I have all like pieces of intercooler piping and all that I'm going to put on the car. Add them all up, or else make even a piece from a bit of sprue even, you know. That's where I am anyway on the Z. I'll make an update on the big rig crew build later on today, and I'll try keep it shorter than this one. I know I was yapping on a bit too much in this one. So yeah, everyone stay safe, build on, and good luck on your builds. As you can see there's a little quick peek. That is the back. The trailer's already made, and they're all the sprues that haven't been even touched yet. Even all the chrome fronts, because you get multiple amounts of parts, and this is only a 132 scale truck, big rig. So you can imagine, there's the cab off it. I painted it blue. That's only one coat of blue. So just so you know, that is a big old kit. For the 132 scale, I think it has more parts than most 124 scale kits. Anyway, have a good day. I'll make another video either later on today or tomorrow, and I'll upload it then. So stay safe, guys, keep building, and have a good one. Keats out. Bye bye.